Are you ready to be surprised? The RX Plug-in Electric is Lexus's latest electric SUV, and it's already being called the Tesla Killer. This car is a game changer because it can run on electricity alone for 50 miles and has a total driving range of over 600 miles. It also has high-tech features that are on par with Tesla's best products. So buckle up and get ready to be amazed as we take a closer look at the Lexus RX Plug-in Electric, the SUV that is going to shake up the electric vehicle market. Toyota's luxury car brand Lexus has announced that it will add the RX 450h Plus PHEV to its hybrid lineup in Australia. This new model combines the power and performance of a gasoline engine with the fuel efficiency and environmental friendliness of an electric motor. It is a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle that's a new chapter in the Lexus story. The RX 450 PHEV is an exciting new development at a time when climate change is a big problem, and many people are looking for ways to cut their carbon footprint. It's a car that gives you the best of both worlds. You can drive it on electric power for short distances, and when you need to go farther, you can switch to a gasoline engine. Hey, if you want to know more, Tech Addicts is the only place for you, so let's look into it right away. In this video, we'll look at the RX 450h Plus PHEV more closely and talk about the benefits of hybrid cars. We'll also talk about how Lexus works to be environmentally friendly and what the company has planned for the future. So come with us as we find out what makes this new model so special and how it is changing the future of driving. Get ready to see the future of electric SUVs when Lexus releases the RX Plug-in Electric to compete with Tesla, which is the market leader for electric cars. This car is a force to be reckoned with. It has an impressive all-electric range, a powerful range-extending engine, and a luxurious look. So come with us as we look at the RX Plug-in Electric and compare it to Tesla's best cars. It's a battle between two big EVs that you won't want to miss. The Lexus RX has been around for quite some time. This is the most recent RX version. The seventh in the series, it enters the ring with a slew of innovative technology, a new design, and a choice of 3 hybrid powertrains, including a sporty 366 bhp model for the range-topping RX 500h. Is it, however, enough to stay competitive? What's powering the Lexus RX 450h Plus? Surprise! It has the same 2.5-liter 4-cylinder plug-in hybrid system as the Toyota RAV4. Like its sibling, it has an electric motor on each axle and a battery pack with 18.1 kilowatt hours. That gives it a maximum power of 304 bhp, an electric range of about 40 miles, and 4-wheel drive. The RX is pretty fast in a straight line, but it is slower than key competitors like the Mercedes GLE 400e and BMW X5 xDrive 50e, which are both luxury PHEV SUVs. You'll be able to drive more safely after just 30 minutes behind the wheel. The RX never makes you want to speed up. It holds you back and makes you go slower. The engine is hooked up to an eCVT, so if you ask for full throttle, the revs will go through the roof. You can also forget about the RX's lack of speed when you see how smoothly it changes between EV mode and hybrid mode. And as we'll talk about now, if you drive a lot with a lot of energy, the soft suspension may make your passengers feel sick. Well, it must be efficient, right? It seems to be smart about how to use its battery power. The RX also has a trick to show off. Once the battery is gone, it runs like a full hybrid, so you're not dragging around the dead weight of the battery and motors. They have to earn their keep by getting as much power back as they can through regenerative braking and putting it to use to make the gasoline engine run better. In this case, we expect the RX to get to about 40 miles per gallon, just like the RAV4. This makes up for the short electric range of the RX. Lexus says that the 450h Plus can go between 40 and 43 miles on electric power alone. This isn't very impressive when compared to the 60 or so miles that the plug-in hybrid versions of the X5 and GLE can go. But don't worry, still that's more than enough for most people's daily travels. We're also glad the RX doesn't have a longer electric range because, if it did, it would need a bigger battery. It has 2 sides to it. When it's charged, a PHEV with a longer electric range is better for the environment, but when the battery runs out, you'll be carrying more weight and putting more strain on the gas engine. And as we'll see next, the RX doesn't need any more weight. On the road, When only using EV power, the RX 450h Plus has enough speed to get into traffic, but to make any passes, you'll need the full hybrid system and its estimated 300-ish horsepower. So it's good to know that you can switch from EV mode to hybrid mode with the push of a button. The plug-in didn't feel as fast as the 366 horsepower RX 500h, but we'll have to test both versions of the 2023 RX to be sure. Aside from the blissful quiet of electric driving and the great versatility of a plug-in, the thing that stood out the most to us about this prototype was the brake system, which we hope will be improved before we drive US spec models. During the short time we had the car, it was hard to come to a smooth stop because the SUV stopped a little more quickly than we expected when the system switched from regenerative braking to mechanical braking. This is a common problem with some hybrids, but the RX 350h and RX 500h don't have them as much. In the past, we've talked about how the 2.5-liter engine at the heart of the RX 450h Plus powertrain sounds rough, but that's not a problem here. When this RX's electric engine is running, it sounds far away enough that you won't give it much thought. That lets you enjoy the new cabin, which is just as nice as the ones in the other RX models and has a 14-inch touchscreen that works quickly. What about the interior? The cabin is a nice place to be, especially if you spend a lot of money on the top-of-the-line Takumi model. Its interior is light and airy thanks to the cream leather seats and a huge panoramic sunroof. There is a lot of technology to keep you comfortable and entertained. We also like the system for entertainment. Every version of the car comes with a clear and responsive 14-inch screen. Lexus has also avoided the mistake of putting all the controls on the screen. You get real knobs to control the heater, buttons to control the defogger, and a knob to control the volume. And it feels good. The front seats have two very comfortable, electrically adjustable chairs, and the bench in the back feels like a business-class cabin on a fancy airplane. Our top-of-the-line Takumi model also had rear seats that could be heated, cooled, and moved electronically. It also had a Mark Levinson stereo with 21 speakers, and the speakers are also great. The competition. The RX 450h Plus looks good as the most electric version of the Lexus nameplate that has sold the most cars in history. It's a big step and we can't wait to find out more about it and drive models made for the US. For now, we think the RX has the most potential as a smaller alternative to the BMW X5 and Volvo XC90, which are slightly bigger. We can't wait to spend more time with the RX 450h Plus that runs on electricity. When it comes out in 2023, the RX plug-in probably won't be the sportiest model in the lineup since there's already the RX 500h. But even though the brake feels at low speeds could still be improved, the RX 450h Plus could be a good choice for people who want an electric SUV with more presence than the fully electric RZ can offer. This is the new Lexus. So if you're undecided, take a seat and consider what you want from your vehicle. Do you want to spend your weekends towing horse boxes and battling green lanes, or looking for twisting B-roads? If you answered no to both of those questions, the RX might be the luxury SUV for you. Stay tuned for more news. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again next time. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel.